I'm Sam of Stitchy Sam here on FlossTube, but also on Instagram, so look for me there. Today is Friday the 2nd of January 2026, and this video is my second half of December 2025 review. I think I've got those dates correct. So today I'm going to talk to you about the whips that I worked on from the second half of December, including a finish, and also my Christmas haul, plus little purchases that I've made myself. So get a cup of tea, or whatever your beverage is of choice, and I'll try and keep this one relatively short. And the last video, the second to last video, I also provided the opportunity for a giveaway, which was the Country Companions booklet and DMC threads. The deadline of that was New Year's Eve, and there were 3 people that entered. I included them on the attached decision wheel. I'm not smart enough to work out how to record it and then show the video back. However, that was the decision wheel, and then the second picture here shows you that the winner was Coffee and Cross Stitch, which I believe is Megan. So Megan, or whoever owns Coffee and Cross Stitch, please PM me through Instagram would probably be best, or I'll include my email address below as well for you to try to include your formal name, let's say, plus your address, and I will get this into the post to you this week as soon as possible, and hope you enjoy that. Please let me know how you get on, and if you enjoy that, you just need to include your fabric of choice and you'll be able to stitch a lot of those items. So enjoy that. So the first thing in terms of my whips I want to include is my turtle, which is actually called Imagine by Bothy Threads, and this is what it looked like when it's finished. And I have put it away in this Turtle Bay Stitches project bag, which I received from her at Floss Friends Retreat. Sorry, I'm just getting my words out. And here is where I've got up to. Sorry for looking down. So the fabric is a printed fabric by Bothy called Coastal Breeze, as you can see there at the top, and this is what it looks like currently. I do have the matching needle minder. I've parked those threads for the next page, and I really enjoyed doing this. I am all about the bright colors. I love them, and yeah, so I enjoyed that. So it's 14 count pre-printed fabric and the threads that are included in the kit of Bothy, and I do enjoy doing Bothy threads designs. The kits, I think they're reasonably priced for what you get, and there's just a huge variety that they have. I'm just packing this away so I don't have a mountain. Well, it's not going to be quite a mountain today. I've only got a few whips to show you today. And right, okay, I'm giving up on that. I'll sort that out later. And the next one is actually a finish. Here it is, stopped off. Okay, so I'll show it on here. It's a mini design from Mouse Love, and it is this baby owl, all cute, puffed up with some back stitch. So it is just a small one, but my son has decided that he wants to have it for his room, that he wants it for his room. So I'm going to frame that up somehow, probably onto a piece of card for his room. I started this on the 6th of November 2024. It was a birthday present from my good friend Manx Kathy Manx Kathy, who has an Instagram account, but not on FlossTube, but she has some gorgeous stitching. She used to do a lot of crochet, so if you want to look back on those, I'm sure she wouldn't mind. And on my birthday in 2024, my son decided we were starting this one immediately, and he did start to do it. And if obviously the back stitches now, but I can spot the stitches that he's completed on this side here, because I haven't bothered to teach him about the fact that you need to have the different direction of the stitches in the same direction. So he was just doing it as he felt fit at that specific time. But anyway, really super cute. I'm putting it back here so you can actually see that it's a tiny mouse loft design, but I really wanted to get another finish in before the end of the year. So that was finished on, I think it was the 27th. Yes, the 27th of December 2025. So that was nice to get that one completed, and I really didn't think there was any excuse. So it just needed an additional 3 days on that one. And I also on New Year's Eve stitched on my Mario pose, which will look like this when complete, and now looks like that. So I'll zoom up. Now this one I'm using as a priority or my focus piece since August, and this is based on a football stitch along by Lynette, the Yorkshire Stitcher. Again, she has an account on Instagram, and she does an awful lot of stitching, a lot more than I do. But I would recommend you have a check that one out as well. And I've been focusing on this since August, and I'm just really pleased with the update. Each game typically raises about 150, 160 to 250 stitches. I'm a little bit behind on this one. I need to stitch 60 from December, and there was a match last night, and that would be an additional 100 stitches. So going to be working on this one in January as well. And that's it in terms of my whips and my finish. So now moving on to the haul. Now the first one is something that I've been using on my New Year's New Start. So I bought the design Hello Holly from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. So this is what it will look like when it's completed. Now I've decided with Manx Kathy, who I've already mentioned, to have an informal sale. So we split it into 12 sections, one to be done each month, working towards getting it complete by Christmas 2026. So I have purchased this green Ada. It's 14 count, not my favourite. However, I stitched a different tree in 14 count. I just wanted it to be of a similar size for when I've done that. I've stitched the Hello Pumpkin design, and the idea that would be my Halloween, this would be my Christmas one, and I most probably would do the spring one as well. So we've got the different seasons picture there. However, I won't be doing the Hello Summer one because I just don't think of a flamingo when I think of the summer. That's just me. So I want to do those and stitch them up. And I have started this one in January already. So this is a sneak peek of January review. And the needle minder is also a Caterpillar cross stitch. Doesn't belong to this specific design. However, this was a gift from Christmas. And so thank you, Tracy. It goes with this design because there is a polar bear and a penguin within the design. So I have already started that of a bell. That was my New Year's new start, which I started yesterday on New Year's Day. So I'm just going to pop that one down. And also I purchased a lot of the threads from Threads for You. I can't remember which ones, but they're all DMC threads. Yeah, and they're going all over the place. Yeah, so. Oh, I forgot to say, whilst DMC is my preferred option, my Mario pose is actually stitched with CXC on 25 count, for 1/1 full cross, because I was just looking for ways of kitting up a big project more cheaply, and whilst it's working well on that, I think I still prefer DMC going forwards. So that was the haul for that. I also got influenced by someone on a Facebook cross stitch group with the following design, Christmas portrait, and it just sort of like thought I would do that as a memorial for my cat Peggy, and I just thought it was beautiful. I absolutely loved it, so I bought that, and actually it's a lot more detailed. There's a lot of shading in the green tree branches, which you can't really see from the picture of it, which hopefully I've still got up there. But what I also saw while I was there was a picture of a kitten on a tree, and it's called Cat with Christmas Tree. Really original title, but that's what it looks like there. So I was tempted, and I bought that chart as well. I've no idea when I'm going to start those, but they're in my collection in my Dropbox, where I store all of my cross stitch patterns. Yes, I know that I've got that. And also I got a lot of Christmas stitching presents from my husband. He doesn't believe in buying me cross stitch materials because he says I have too much. However, he did buy me the Stitches Almanac by the Stitching Cabin. So he bought me the hardback version, really sturdy, and I have started to fill it out. I'm not doing a full review of what it looks like, but this is the progress report, and going from 10% through to completed and fully finished. So you can see most of my projects are just in the sort of like the 10%, 15% area. So I need to get cracking really, and move some of those towards that, and also those that are almost finished to try and get those fully completed. Right, and other things, sorry, I'm just bending down here. They've got a bit mixed up, but I did have two fellow stitchers send me gifts. One was just meant to be an exchange of a stitching item, which didn't quite, I didn't realise you had to send other things, and I don't think you did, but it was really nice of Chloe, who sent me not only my her design, which was a cushion, which unfortunately I don't know where that's gone, but I'll post a picture here of it. It was lots of jumping frogs. I love the design, so thank you, Chloe. But she also sent me a few other items as well, including, they've got a bit mixed up, so including this bee needle minder. That one was Chloe. She also sent me these gonk or gnomes pegs, which I'll be able to use in my card making. And what else did she send me out of here? I think she also sent me, a couple of needle threaders, which are always handy. And she sent me this mini cross stitch kit from Hobbycraft of stockings. That looks super cute, and I think I'll probably be doing that for 2026, maybe a Christmas card or ornament. I'm not decided yet. And I think this one was also from Chloe, which I'm not absolutely sure. I think it might be a scissor case. If you know, it's bendy. It's not a nail file or anything like that. I think it's to put your scissors in. And yeah, and another needle threader. And randomly she sent me a couple of tiny ducks with Santa's hats. Yeah, so I think they will, I'm not sure how, I'll probably build them into my cards or something. Then my other exchange was cross stitches in the UK, cross stitch friends in the UK, and it was exchanged for Christmas Day, and that was Tracy Peterson. Forgive me, Tracy. I'm not quite sure. And she sent me a lot of things, including this piece of ivory. I think that's linen, 28 count. So I'll have to find something to stitch on that. It's a relatively small piece, but I'm sure that'll come useful. So thank you, Tracy. She's also sent me this floss holder. So again, I think that will come in really handy. I love the little, it looks like a bit like Peter Rabbit, but it is just a rabbit and some deer. So thank you for that. And also she got me this little, I think it's meant to be a wash bag of Hello Kitty, but as if from my previous videos you see, I have a Hello Kitty whip. I absolutely adore Hello Kitty. Went to Japan when I was just coming up to my 17th birthday and very impressionable at that time. I have a lot of soft toys of Hello Kitty. So she sent me this, what's meant to be a wash bag, but I am going to use it for my, like as a whip bag or just a bits and pieces bag. So I'm going to be putting all of my smaller things that I got from Christmas in here, and yeah, that's just gorgeous. So thank you again, Tracy. And I know that there was one more thing. And that was this Emma Louise cross stitch chart bookmark. So that's of some poppies, and I think it's meant to be sort of like a remembrance sort of piece. I'm trying not to get that glary. That's what it looks like. It comes with all of the threads, the chart, and a bookmark piece of fabric. So that would be really enjoyable to stitch on at some point. I've got so many things that I would like to stitch on, and that just leaves me with my plans for January. And where have I put it? My Stitches Almanac has a section where you can do your annual goals, but it's also got monthly goals. So for January, I've got all my football stitching on Mario, but also Whip Go is this year, if you haven't seen my plans video, is all focusing on some designs which I think are close to a finish. So I'm going to be really focusing on getting some finishes done this year, which will allow me in turn to have some new starts. So win-win. And so Whip Go is selected number 2 and number 7, which is number 2 is Bookshelf 2023 by Stitching Cabin, and number 7 is by Spring Rabbit. So I'll be stitching on those along with all the football on Mario, and I'll also be finishing part 1 of Hello Holly. So, oh, sorry for that wobble. And so that's all for now. I am going to sign off. So in the meantime, I will be at some point showing you my annual review, and also, sorry, I'll do my annual review and my whip parade, updated whip parade at some point in January. So watch this space. In the meantime, happy stitching.